Hey, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day wherever you find yourself. But I want to continue going through the 10 Commandments today. And when we think of the 10 Commandments, we think of them as being just little tiny phrases like, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. Well, some of them give a lengthier description and go into much more detail. And the fourth commandment is one of those, and I'm going to look at it today, and it is the commandment for the Sabbath. And so this starts in verse 8. It's verses 8 through 11. It says, remember to observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. And that's usually where we stop. But, continuing to verse 9, you have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath day of rest dedicated to the Lord your God. On that day, no one in your household may do any work. This includes you, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, your livestock, and any foreigners living among you. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and everything in them. But on the seventh day he rested. That is why the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and set it apart as holy. So for the Israelites, the Sabbath is Saturday. Always has been, still is today. Practicing Jews today, it's Saturday is their Sabbath. Christians really rotated away from that in the earlier part of Christianity and really started celebrating and gathering on Sunday because of that being the day of Jesus Christ's resurrection. And it kind of separated Christianity from Judaism. You know, there was a break there. And so that was one of the ways that was taken. Now, for the Jewish people, the Sabbath in the time of Jesus, and even for some Jewish people today, it is very, very, very strict. I mean, they wanted to carefully quantify what was work and what wasn't, what could and could not be done on the Sabbath. You go to Luke chapter 6, the disciples are picking some grain on the Sabbath and eating it, right? They're just picking little pieces of grain and eating it. But to the Jewish leaders, the disciples were guilty of 4 violations of the Sabbath every time they took a bite of grain because they reaped, they threshed, they winnowed, and they prepared food. So they were committing 4 sins. So these ancient rabbis taught that you couldn't carry something in your right hand or in your left hand across your chest on your shoulder, but you could carry it with the back of your hand. You could carry it with your elbow. You could carry things in the hem of your garment, right? They got into this heavy legalistic way of thinking, and that was never what was intended. And Jesus in the Gospels really tried to correct that, right? He tried to move them back into a different direction. Even in modern times, in certain Jewish families that are very, very strict with this thought about the Sabbath, they would not allow you to take a phone call, turn a light switch on or off, to drive a certain distance. All of these things are carefully spelled out as times have changed and technology has progressed. There's some Jewish families who even have somebody that will be at their house on the Sabbath to do those things for them. It's very, very interesting. Like, you can't turn on the stove. So you can allow yourself to fall into legalism with the Sabbath, as these ancient Jewish people did in the time of Jesus, and even some Christians do today. We can fall into a lot of legalism with the Sabbath. So, tomorrow's video, we're going to try to separate a little bit of that out and look at what the heart of the Sabbath is and how we should approach it. We'll see you then.